International students have faced constant policy changes in recent years. When it comes to the post-graduation work permit, one major concern has been whether a program's field of study is on the eligible list. For 2026, that list is staying exactly the same. Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada has confirmed it will not add or remove any eligible fields of study for PGWP purposes this year. This freeze gives students and institutions a rare period of stability when planning study and work pathways in Canada. The field of study rule links certain programs to Canada's long-term labor shortages. If your program falls within an approved Classification of Instructional Programs code, you may meet this requirement. With no changes planned in 2026, students can make decisions with more confidence about whether their program will support PGWP eligibility. Who must meet the field of study requirement? Not every graduate is affected by this rule. You do not need to meet the field of study requirement if one of the following applies to you. You submitted your PGWP application before November 1, 2024, regardless of your level of study. You graduated from a PGWP-eligible flight school. You graduated with a bachelor's degree, master's degree or doctoral degree. You applied for a study permit before November 1, 2024. If none of these exceptions apply, you must make sure your program is connected to an eligible 6-digit CIP code at the correct stage of your immigration process. What the 2026 freeze really means. The 2026 decision does not expand or reduce eligibility. Instead, it keeps the current list of approved CIP codes in place for the entire year. In practical terms, no new fields will be added in 2026. No existing fields will be removed in 2026. Students can plan using a stable list instead of worrying about mid-year changes. This is a temporary pause. The list can still change in future years based on Canada's labor market needs. The timing rule that affects eligibility. Eligibility depends not only on your field of study but also on timing. You must graduate from a program that is on the list of eligible CIP codes when you submit either your study permit application or your PGWP application. This rule can work in your favor. Even if a code is no longer eligible when you apply for a PGWP, you may still qualify if it was eligible when you applied for your study permit. What a CIP code is, and how to find yours. A CIP code is a 6-digit number used to classify post-secondary education programs by field of study. Canada uses the CIP Canada 2021 system for PGWP eligibility. A full list of SIPs is here. Program titles can be broad, so always rely on the official CIP description rather than the name alone. Major categories of eligible programs. The eligible list includes programs across several broad sectors tied to workforce demand, including agriculture and agri-food, education, healthcare and social services, STEM fields such as engineering, technology and science, skilled trades, transport and logistics. Each category contains many specific 6-digit CIP codes. Students should always check their exact code rather than assuming a general subject area will qualify. Submitting proof with your PGWP application. When you apply for a PGWP, you must clearly show that you graduated in an eligible field of study if the rule applies to you. Keep your documents consistent and clear. Your credential, transcript and completion letter should reflect the same program name. Save any official confirmation from your school that includes your CIP code. If your program title is broad, use the CIP description to demonstrate how it matches your studies.